This is something I hadn't thought about, but shout out to my co-host Zach on the Roll Skull podcast, because during episode 51 of the Roll Skull podcast, he pointed out to me that Morley of the Revolutionary Army and Senor Pink of the Don Quixote family actually do have very similar abilities, both being the push push fruit and the swim swim fruit respectively. I had never really thought about that in that way, but that's very interesting to think about because they both affect various terrain as if it were another material. Morley affects the terrain as if it were clay, and then Senor Pink affects the terrain as if it were water. However, just from what Senor Pink can do, and by extension, the Seraphim of Jinbei known as S-Shark, I'm kind of on the fence, but I will say that the swim swim fruit does seem more powerful and does have more application if Fishman Karate does work in conjunction with it. But then again, Morley can create whole spaces inside of places. That's why we have level 5.5 in Impel Down. So it's just a really interesting thought that these two abilities are the same. And then two, it seems as though Morley, if he extends his power in some way, I'm not really sure how this works, but he can have a permanent effect on certain things, as we see that, of course, yeah, level 5.5 was created. I don't know if that's a normal ability of his or if that's an ability that is a part of his awakening, because he is 100 years old, so he's one of the oldest living devil fruit users that we know of, as far as I know. So he could have had enough time to awaken his fruit. That's incredibly possible. But with that being said, I think overall the swim swim fruit might have more interesting application in the future. So if you like this type of content, like and subscribe, but give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede Works.